Good morning. Uh, Today topic is basic operational concepts. Basic operational concepts. Transfers between the memory and the processor are started by sending the address of the memory location to be accessed to the memory unit and issuing an appropriate control signals. Hope you know the transfer between the memory unit and the processor is done by sending the signals about the particular memory locations. This basic operational concepts mainly says that how the communication is done between the processor and the memory unit. The data are then transferred or from or to memory. Either it may be transferred to memory, or you can access the content from memory to and from. The connections between the processor and the memory is shown like this. See, you observe this is memory, and we have a MAR, which is called memory address register, MDR, memory data register, and some control unit, and PC, that is called program counter, and IR, it's nothing but instruction register, and some registers we have register R0, register R1 up to register Rn-1, mean n general purpose registers. N nothing but based upon the number of registers which we have, we start with 0 to n-1, and ALU, arithmetic logic unit. See, the entire we call it as processor. Here we need to discuss about how the communication is done between this processor and memory. Okay, once again, the processor contains memory address register, program counter, instruction register, memory data register, control unit, arithmetic and logic unit, and some n general purpose registers which are starts from 0 to R0 to Rn-1. Okay, in addition to the ALU and the control unit, the processor contains a number of registers used for several different purposes. These are used for several different purposes, right? First one, the instruction register IR, we call it as instruction register, holds the instruction that is currently being executed. That instruction register always contains the holds or contains the instruction is currently being executed, right? Next, its output is available to the control unit, which generates the timing signals that controls the various processing elements involved in executing this instruction. Okay, instruction register always contains the instruction currently being executed. After completion of executing that instruction, that output is available at control unit. That output is transferred to control unit or control circuits, which generates the timing signals, means it alerts the timing signal that control over the the various processing elements, means it needs any processing elements it controls and involved in executing the instruction. Okay, next, program counter, PC. Program counter keeps track of the execution of a program, and it contains the memory address of the next instruction to be fetched and executed, right? Always program counter contains the next instruction which is to be executed, right? The instruction register contains the instruction which is currently executed, and the program counter contains the instruction which is to be executed next, right? Okay, the instruction which is executed next is contained in program counter. During the execution of an instruction, the contents of the program counter are updated to corresponding to the address of the next instruction to be executed. See, program counter always updated, because after completion of one instruction is executed, the program counter is incremented by 1, because it fetches the new instruction for ready to execute next, right? So the PC points to the next instruction that is to be fetched from memory. It has also n general purpose registers, right? This processor may also contains n general purpose registers which are starts from R0 to Rn-1, right? Finally, the two registers facilitate communication with the memory. Those registers are memory address register and memory data registers, right? These are the memory address register MAR and memory data register MDR. The MAR holds the address of the location to be accessed. MAR, the name itself says you memory address register, which contains the address of the memory location, that is what the content you are trying to access, or if you are trying to access some content, the address of that content is contained in MAR, memory address register. And MDR, that is address, this is data, okay, which contains the data. The MDR contains the data to be written into or read out of the address location, right? Hope you understand the difference of these two, MAR and MDR. Memory address registers means the location of the content where it is stored in memory. Mean address of the content where it is stored in memory. That is MAR, memory address register. The memory address register always contains address of the content in memory location, right? MDR always contains the content where the address location is stored, right? Next, bus structure. When a word of data is transferred between units, it may be transferred from MAR, memory address register, memory buffer data register, ALU control unit. So we need to transfer the data between units. All of its bits are transferred in parallel. The bits are transferred simultaneously over many wires or lines, 1 bit per line. A group of lines that serves a connecting path for several devices is called bus. Simply, a bus is a communication channel. We can call it as it is a communication line or communication channel which is used to transfer the data between the units, or for the connection of different types of units we need to use bus. After completion of connecting the different types of units by using bus, we can transfer the data between the units. Technically we can call it as a group of lines that serves as connecting paths for several devices is called bus. In addition to the lines that carry the data, the bus must have lines for address and control purpose. Okay, The simplest way to interconnect functional units is to use a single bus, that is displayed like this. See, this is a common bus or a single bus. uh, we have to connect input for that bus, output, memory and processor, right? uh, we have to transfer the data through this bus on the bottom of the units like input, output, memory, processor. All those data are shared to input, output, memory and processor. That is the advantage of a bus. That means it is a communication line or communication channel. Through that we can connect more number of devices. That is a bus. The bus can be used for uh, only one transfer at a time. Only one transfer at a time. Only two units can actively use the bus at any given time. Bus control lines are used to uh, arbitrate multiple requests for use of the bus. The main virtue of the single bus structure is its low cost and its flexibility for attaching peripheral devices, right? Systems that contain multiple buses achieve more concurrency in operations by allowing two or more transfers to be carried out at the same time. That leads to buffer performance but at an increased cost. Next, software. System software. Software means collection of programs is called software. Collection of devices are called computer devices are called hardware. System software and application software. System software means the software which is used for system purpose, we call it as system software. The order for a user to enter and run an application, the computer must already contain some system software in its memory. System software is a collection of programs that are executed as needed to perform functions such as receiving and interpreting user commands, entering and editing application programs, and storing items as files in secondary storage devices, managing the storage and retrieval of files in a secondary storage device, right? Running standard applications programs such as processor, spreadsheets, games with data supplied for the user, controlling IO units to receive input information and produce output results, translating programs from source form prepared by the user into object form consisting of mission instructions, linking and running user written application programs with existing standard library routines such as numerical computer packages. System software is responsible for the condition of all activities in a computer system. See, system software, the software which is used for system purpose, we call it as system software. Operating system is said to be a best or very good example of system software. So for the purpose of executing inside the system all applications, there is a need of system software. Means for translating assembly level language into mission level language, or for linking library routines into our application program, our programs, or input for output, processor, spreadsheets, games, for all those purposes which are currently are executing the system inside, there is a need of some softwares. Those are called system software, mean exclusively for system purpose. Application software, application programs are or application software is nothing but are usually written in a high-level programming language such as C, C++, Java, in which programming specifies mathematical or text processing operations. Operating system is a large program, actually a collection of routines that is used to control the sharing of interaction among various computer units as they execute application programs. Right? OS routines performs the task required to assign computer routines to the individual application programs.